Hello, everyone. It's international sex symbol Matthew East here, coming to you from the Playboy Mansion in all of its glory. Um, so I thought, while I'm still looking like shit and can't afford beard trims and look as ugly as I have looked in years, uh, it might be a good time to make a video for people who have been feel like they've been spurred by me because things happen on. I am a public figure. People have social media now. Our lives play out in the public, and we're all little micro celebrities. And um, so, first of all, I need to express like if people who have been spurred by me, the biggest reason it's because of safety. So as a guy, so when I say spurred, I mean like wanted to be in have a more intimate relationship or something, and I'm like, nope, nope, not doing that. Okay, and the biggest reason for me is always safety. Uh, like you need to remember when I was a kid at the Naval College, I had my colleague who was falsely accused of rape. When I've been falsely accused of date raping a person before. Um, I've had experiences where I have found that I will have my colleagues in, say, my workplace, and I work in a profession where at the same time as being a male where I get assigned the most difficult cases and have the most responsibility because males, they have more presence. You'll see this in high schools. The shittest kids get always get paired with the male teachers. It's not always it's not easy being a female teacher either. If you're in that situation, you've got less presence in the classroom, and you still have to deal with misbehaving kids. But what I've done and dealt with is pretty fucking extreme in the realms of behavior therapy, disability support work, psychology, and related things. Um, and I'll do that work, and my colleagues, who are all women, will all often have a chip on their shoulder against men, and they're all very progressive, middle class feminists. And at the same time that I'll have this level of responsibility dumped on me, and also there's a certain extent, there's a general role which is associated with patriarchy where I'm kind of expected to do that work as well, and to enjoy it and see it as something which is something to aspire to and be proud of. But it's the process of like there isn't any appreciation for it, and I'll get at the same time as that, I'll also have to deal with casual sexism, a lot of misandry in the workplace. Um, like it's a girls' club. Healthcare is largely a girls' club, and it can be quite isolating. So I spend my days in that environment, and to a large extent, I fit into it. I'm kind of one of the girls now, and I like that. I'm not sexist at all. I like a lot of very feminine things. Like you want to talk to me about dresses or the fucking wedding plans. I'm all over that, darling. Like let's talk about it. Like what's the dress? What's it like? Did you get the one with all the lace? What's in this season? Whatever. Like no, I love that shit. But it's like there'll be there'll always be this thing that men are the problem in every relationship. I'm around the conversations where people are talking about their issues with their boyfriends and stuff, and it's always from the female perspective. There isn't the male voice in these communities. So I'm used to seeing that, and I'm also very aware, and what I and you also need to remember that I have literally been homeless, and the response of women in my life at that time who one who was a previous romantic, a previous girlfriend, I guess, was like, she was pissed off that I was homeless, and the other one was actively mocking that I was homeless. Okay? So when shit hits the fan, I'm not used to, like, I have just had so much abuse from the opposite sex, which has been completely undeserved. And on top of that, when I go on dates, my fucking dates get written up as reviews on websites, right? So it's when you're a male around this stuff, it's a bit much, right? So I've seen all these terrible behaviors by women, just terrible behaviors. And what I do is that my first thing, if I'm going to have any form of romantic connection with someone, is a risk assessment. And what I'm usually looking for is this person, is how much does this person like to make drama to get attention? How much can this person differentiate between feeling like they're doing good and actually doing good? And is this person mature enough to be able to have more in-depth, more difficult conversations? And I suppose doing that in a way which isn't too serious and will destroy the relationship. And those are my criteria. The additional criteria at the moment is that I have to run this, this performance art project. And it's also quite relational. It is in some ways very genuinely polyamorous, where we do have these very meaningful relationships in this community. But there's an understanding that it's not as if it's like an actual Mormon commune or something like that. I don't know. I have some very close romantic relationships in this community, very meaningful ones, and some of those, I have one woman who wants to have my child by IVF, and I'm open to that, but that's within the context that we have our separate lives. If this made a shit ton of money, I'm even happy progressing it into more of like a more community-oriented thing. But I hate the idea of communes, and I also think the main purpose of this project is for us to have fun, like not take it too seriously that it becomes cultish, and also not understand that the depth of these relationships are all negotiated as we go along, and some of them are much deeper than others. And people who want to have a relationship with me need to understand that this is a project which I'm running and is part of my life. So that's the other thing, is that are they compatible with this project? That's the main point. Now, again, if I ever walk away from someone who feels as if they tick so many boxes, the reason why is safety. I've had an incredibly difficult life, and if I don't think that you can relate to, not necessarily relate, because I don't want a therapist as my partner or something like that. I'm not opposed to that being their occupation, but that's not what the relationship is. I've ruined relationships doing that in the past, and that's no fun. People have ruined relationships with me by doing that to me. The point is that anyway, I'm not going to upload this one, but I wanted to have a go trying to produce a video like this. Have a lovely day.